There is no content that we feel could be harmful to younger viewers in this feature. That's why the Rapier Multimedia Network are happy to award this video with an F for family.
My name is Mike Brennan. I'm a chartered accountant from Teesside.
I'm Judy Stafford, a district nursing sister from Lincoln.
My name is Paul Airy. I'm a postal officer from Worksop in Nottinghamshire.
My name is Liz Vasey, a secretary from Amersham in Buckinghamshire.
Good evening and welcome to the Krypton Factor. So far, 2 contestants have booked their places in November's grand final. Tonight we embark on the final leg of this year's series, which will fill the remaining 2 places. This is the first heat of Group C, and the winner of it will progress to the Group C final in 3 weeks' time, just one step away from the big night when the top contestant will be crowned United Kingdom Superperson of 1989. And included in tonight's 6 challenging rounds, the thrill of trying to land Concorde at JF Kennedy Airport, New York. Right, let's get started then by wishing the very best of luck to Mike Brennan, Judith Stafford, Paul Airy and Liz Vasey. And contestants, would you now please put your headphones on in preparation for round 1, mental agility. And tonight's test features time intervals. I will give each contestant information from which he or she can deduce the time, date, day or month to which I'm referring. For example, if I said 26 years before 1951, the correct reply would be 1925. Or if I said 42 seconds before 1 o'clock, the correct response would be 12:59 and 18 seconds. Right, are you all ready, contestants? We begin this speed test with you, Mike. You must answer as many as you can in 40 seconds, and your time starts now. 1 hour 50 minutes before 6 o'clock.
4:10.
The days between Thursday and the following Monday.
3.
3 days before Thursday.
Monday.
8 months after May.
January.
3/4 of an hour after 5:50.
6:35.
5 days before December the 2nd.
November the 27th.
1 week before September the 4th.
August the 28th.
13 days before Wednesday. Don't need to answer that. It would have been Thursday, but it's a good start for you, Mike. In 40 seconds, you've scored 7. Well done. Let's move along now to Judith. Stand by. Your 40 seconds start now. 5 days before Tuesday.
Thursday.
2 hours 30 before 9 o'clock.
8:30.
Wrong. Days between Wednesday and Sunday.
3.
3/4 of an hour after 7:25.
8:10.
4 days before October the 4th.
30th September.
10 months after November.
August.
Wrong. 10 days before Saturday. Well, don't need to answer that one. It would have been Wednesday. But in 40 seconds, you've scored 4. Well done, Judith. Now we move along to Paul. Stand by. Your 40 seconds start now. The number of days between Monday and the following Saturday.
5.
Wrong. 4 days before Friday.
Monday.
1 hour 40 before 3 o'clock.
1:20.
6 days before July the 5th.
June the 30th.
Wrong. 6 months after August.
February.
1/4 of an hour after 1:50.
2:05.
1 week before June the 3rd.
May 27.
12 days before Friday.
Sunday.
Right, just in time with that one, and after 40 seconds, you've scored 6, which is good going. Well done to you. And finally, we move along to Liz. Are you ready, Liz? Your 40 seconds start now. 6 days before Monday.
Tuesday.
The days between Tuesday and the following Monday.
5.
2 hours 10 minutes before 8 o'clock.
5:50.
7 months after October.
May.
3 days before November the 3rd.
October the 31st.
3/4 of an hour after 8:20.
9:05.
11 days before Tuesday.
Friday.
1 week before January the 1st.
December the 24th.
Wrong. 10 months before March.
May.
Just in time with that one. Then in 40 seconds, an excellent beginning, Liz. You've got 8 right. Well done. Well, I should think our contestants will be calling those out in their sleep over the next couple of nights, but good performances. And by the way, if you're wondering why one contestant has her leg in plaster, you'll find out later. But right now, let's go to the scoreboard to see how the points worked out for that round. And there you have it. 4th Judith, 3rd Paul, 2nd Mike. But the early leader with a Krypton factor of 10, the secretary from Amersham, Buckinghamshire, Liz Vasey. The world's fastest and most charismatic passenger airliner drops gracefully down for a perfect landing. In round 2, we take over the £8 million Concorde simulator at British Aerospace near Bristol and challenge our contestants to pilot the plane. Concorde captain Jeremy Rendell is the instructor and judge, and for this heat the approach is into Kennedy Airport, New York. And the first contestant to attempt the landing is Mike Brennan. In front of him, the key instrument. In whichever direction the yellow vertical and horizontal bars move, you should follow accordingly with the control column. And that view through the flight deck window tells you that all is not well. The runway over there is at right angles to the plane instead of straight ahead, and he's now nose-diving down. The automatic warning system's telling him to pull out, but there's nothing he can do about this, I fear. That's a dreadful crash. Hard luck, Mike. Next, the district nursing sister, Judy Stafford.
500 feet.
And at 500 feet, we should really be seeing the runway. And there it is coming into sight. Judy off course, but banking left to try and recover position.
300 feet.
And she's straightened up nicely, and it's beginning to look good. Now, can she keep her cool? Runway dead ahead.
200 feet.
Just keep it down. Mustn't let that nose drop.
100 feet.
But there it is. It's beginning to drop now. She's got to pull back on the column, and she's not. She's crashed as well. What a pity. Now it's Paul Airy from Worksop. Well, clearly he's much too high if he's trying to get down on that runway. And he's pushed the stick hard forward, going into much too steep a dive. The warning system's telling him to ease off. So now he pulls back on the control column. And overcorrecting, really. He's pulled back too far. The nose is coming right up. The runway's disappearing underneath the aeroplane. And I'm afraid we've completely missed it, and he knows it. So as we begin to climb into the sky, the runway disappearing under the plane, we have to abort the flight. Finally, Amersham Secretary Liz Vasey. And she's made a very good descent. The runway straight ahead, so far so good. And in the studio there, she can hardly believe that she flew Concorde, albeit in the simulator. But can she land it? It's all down to nerve now. Still descending steadily, drifting just a little bit left. But now, here we go. Just hold it there. And she's down. Yes, she is down. May not be on the runway, but she's down safely. The nose coming right down now. And that's an excellent performance by Liz Vasey. Safe and sound. Now Captain Rendell's verdict, with marks of both the approach and landing, if any. 4th, Paul Airy, who overflew the runway and climbed away. 3rd, Judy Stafford, whose approach was erratic and crashed short of the runway. 2nd, Mike Brennan, whose early approach was good before he nosedived into the ground. And the winner, without question, Liz Vasey, whose approach was steady and she landed safely. And so the points won there are transferred into the scoreboard, and Judy moves up to 3rd place, but increasing her lead to 8 points. In 1st place with a Krypton factor of 20, Secretary Liz Vasey. So, Liz setting a very hot pace as we move into round 3, where we test just how good your ears and eyes are at picking up detail and remembering it. We're going to show you one of our specially shot video sketches, and we challenge you to pick out 6 deliberate continuity errors that occurred during it. So, contestants, please turn now quickly to your screens and concentrate hard as we go back to a very special play school.
Hello, children. Today we're going to build a house. It's a very, very important house. It's the House of Commons. But I'm going to need someone to help me, aren't I? Hello, Margaret.
Good morning, Neil. Good morning, children. I'm going to be your helper today, Neil.
Well, why don't you start by telling the kiddies at home what we need to build our house?
Our house, Neil?
Yes, our house, Margaret.
Well, kiddies, just ordinary household objects. Things you'll find lying around, like chandeliers, Gothic mattresses, and a neatly carved speaker's chair.
But if you can't find those, then cardboard tubes from toilet rolls or the odd egg box or two will do just as well. This will be the tower.
Shall I stick it for you, Neil?
Thank you. And I'll put it on.
No, I'll put the tower on.
No, I will.
No, I will.
No, I will. Mr. Speaker! That was the only one we had.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too, Margaret.
Never mind. Here's one I prepared earlier, while Neil was making a speech.
See, children, easy, isn't it? Anyway, that's all for this afternoon. I'll be back tomorrow. See you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye, children.
That's it. Turn to the front, please, contestants. And will you now write down what you think the 6 continuity errors were? And as that will take a few moments, I'd just like to say a big thank you to Steve Nellen, our special guest in this observation round, and of course to our resident comedy actor, Steve Coogan. And now, if you're ready to mark your own answers, here come all 6 deliberate continuity errors. The first 2 mistakes were in costume. The rose on Mr. Kinnock's dungarees was pointing right to left to start with, but later it was left to right. And Mrs. Thatcher's badge at first said, "I am 10," but later it read, "I am a granny." Then a setting change. The numbers on the front of the table read 1 to 9 for half of the scene, but then the order was reversed to read 9 to 1. The door behind the presenters provided deliberate mistake number 4. It acquired an alphabet freeze for the second half of the scene. Then a piece of inaccurate information. We saw Mr. Kinnock pick up one of 2 cardboard tubes, but later we heard him refer to just one.
That was the only one we had.
And finally, a dialogue error.
Good morning, Neil. Good morning, children.
But for Mr. Kinnock, it wasn't morning.
Anyway, that's all for this afternoon.
Well, I don't know about you, but I thought that was one of the toughest yet in this series. But here's how the contestants coped. Paul, you got 3 right. Liz, you also got 3 right, so both of you are joint third. Mike, you spotted 4. And so did you, Judith, so you 2 are joint winners of the round. And we shall quickly enter those points into the scoreboard to see how it affects the situation. And as you can see there, Mike has moved up to within 2 points of the leader, who is still, with a Krypton factor now of 24, Amersham Secretary Liz Vasey. Major Tony Carr starts round 4, Judith Stafford from Lincoln nearest to us, and Liz Vasey makes a mistake, puts her foot down in the ditch, which means she has to go back and do it again. The rules state that if you do make an error, you have to go back and retake the obstacle. If you make another mistake, you go back and do it again. But Judith Stafford here, no mistake on the rope swing. A word about the handicap system. People say, why don't we start the women level with the men? Well, the answer is it just wouldn't be fair. You need a lot of physical ability and a lot of stamina on this course. And it's been carefully worked out, the handicap system, to make it absolutely fair for men and women. Now, Mike Brennan, the chartered accountant from Middlesbrough nearest to us. Paul Airy from Worksop on the far side. Mike, a very strong athlete, long legs, striding along there, hardly waits for that rope swing and looking pretty good right from the start, and is cutting the lead established by Judith Stafford right down. Nicely off that high balance as well. Going well, Mike Brennan. And Judith Stafford taking it easy. She goes up onto those tram wires. Paul Airy back in 4th place. And he's not that far behind now, Mike Brennan. He's just about 6 strides behind Judith Stafford, who comes onto the platform with a nasty jump here. You've got to actually jump out and down onto a second platform, which she does quite nicely, though she just fell slightly awkwardly there, and I'm wondering if she's injured. She's wincing a bit. I don't know whether she's actually twisted an ankle, strained an ankle, but she looks in trouble. And Mike Brennan has just shot past her now into the lead. And look at that determination on his face as he goes over that 6-foot wall, which changes direction twice, which makes it a very difficult obstacle. And yes, she's definitely in agony at the moment, limping. It's that right ankle without a doubt. And the question now is she going to be able to finish this course? But she really looks in great pain. And Paul Airey has gone past Liz Vasey. He's in 3rd place. Liz Vasey is in 4th place. And well, look at the style there. He grips one rope with one hand on the far side, another rope on this side with the right hand, and that's good style, though he's going down 2 at a time. The Army do recommend going down 1 square at a time for maximum efficiency. But heading for the water now. He's a big rugby number 8 forward. He looks like it too, doesn't he? He plays for the Old Wheat Lions. You can almost imagine him with a rugby ball tucked under his arm there. 6'4", 13 stone, powerful man. And Paul Airey has come up level now with Judith Stafford. Judith, of course, suffering from that ankle injury, so Paul's been able to take advantage of that. And he goes into 2nd place now, heading for the first of the water jump, and that almost catches him out. He just seemed to falter a bit coming out of it. Mike striding across the Burma rope bridge. It's a long way down when you're looking down, about 30 feet. And Paul, again, those legs just giving way in the water, but he's not really being challenged because of Judith's injury. Mike Brennan now looking down at all the water and the mud at the end of this slide and thinking about what he's going to do. In fact, he starts to run before he lands, and he makes a bit of a mess of that. But, oh, the agony and the pain there from Judith Stafford. But here's the winner, Mike Brennan. He's run a very fast and a very strong race, very powerful race. Across the line, 10 points. Well done, Mike Brennan. And Paul Airey is comfortable here in 2nd place. Plays soccer for the Worksop Post Office team. He's also a fast bowler, so he keeps himself pretty fit. And Liz Vasey in 4th place. Well, of course, she's got a chance now of getting 3rd because of this injury. In fact, she's closed up considerably on Judith Stafford. Can Judith keep going? Just look at the face there. She's in total agony, touching down there in the water. But Paul clenches his fist, seems quite happy to be 2nd and 6 points, pleased to have finished it. And Liz has come very close now to Judith Stafford, but I think she's going to make it. She gets to her feet, but it's so painful, and this is a very brave attempt as she comes across the line for 4 points. Well, congratulations to Mike on a terrific run there, but also you will have noticed Judith finishing with a desperate limp and looking in great pain, and you will also have noticed that throughout this programme she's had her leg in plaster. So we should just clear up what exactly happened, Judith. It did look very dreadful at the end there.
I broke it as I jumped down onto the boards off the tramwires.
Did you know at the time you'd broken it?
No, it felt a bit strange. I thought I'd just maybe damaged it slightly.
So you whisked off to hospital and x-rayed, presumably?
Yes, x-rayed. I had broken it, and now I've got it in plaster for 6 weeks.
Well, we thought you were very courageous to finish the course, and indeed very courageous to still be here with us tonight. Well done to you. And let's now put the points won on that assault course into the scoreboard. And there we are. That's really helped the cause of Mike Brennan. We have a new leader with a Krypton factor of 32, the chartered accountant from Middlesbrough, Mike Brennan. Well, a great battle developing as we go into round 5, which is all pressure and stress. And the points are so vital here with only one more round to go. Tonight, the contestants face a pass-along test with a difference. In front of them, a frame containing 10 blocks featuring sections of a famous insignia. Outside the box is a further block. The contestants must manoeuvre the blocks in the frame so that when the additional block is placed in, they have made the armorial bearings of Her Majesty the Queen. Are you all ready, contestants? The test starts now.
Well, the secret of this type of test is to think well ahead. It's no good just concentrating on one block, getting it into position and then thinking about the next one. You really have to think about getting them stored in order and then feeding them into position. Now, I'm sure if you've tried those pocket puzzles with the numbers 1 to 15 to be manoeuvred into numerical order, you'll know the problem only too well. The last 3 numbers are invariably in the wrong order unless you've pre-planned your finish. Now this test, of course, is much more complicated. Not only do the contestants have to work out the picture, but some blocks there are twice the size of others. Paul Airy badly needing 10 points, and that's looking pretty good. Liz Vasey, who's really got to grips with this one. Mike Brennan doing well too, but the question is, have they planned out their finishing moves? Obviously not. Judy hasn't really got the central shield sorted out, and Judy's seated, of course, because of that broken ankle. And she's also got the main part of the unicorn's body over there on the left when it should be on the right. Paul really struggling. Again, most of the unicorn is on the wrong side, so he's got some work to do there. But this looks close, Liz Vasey. And indeed, just that last block to slide in. And there it goes. And that's very well done indeed. Yes, 10 points to Liz Vasey. First class. Now, who'll get second place? And it's looking very like Mike Brennan. Just panning a little bit to get those last blocks in place. Needs to calm down a little. But he's done it, and that's a very good performance. 6 points to him. And third place is, without doubt, going to Judy Stafford. The national arms linking heraldry with history, and 4 points to Judy Stafford.
Well, a very frustrating test that, but then I suppose it's only fitting that someone called Liz should win it. But let's feed all the points won there into the scoreboard. And, well, she's now come up to within 2 points of the leader, who, with a Krypton factor of 38, is still the chartered accountant from Middlesbrough, Mike Brennan. A great battle going on at the top. This is the sixth and final round. Only the winner at the end of it can be certain of a group final place, but the runner-up should be looking for a high score, which could get him or her there too. 100 seconds of rapid-fire general knowledge questions to be answered on the buzzer. 2 points for a correct answer, 2 points deducted for a wrong one. Are you all ready, contestants? The clock starts now. Which single word can mean a gash, a musical arrangement, a tally, or 20? Judith?
Score.
Correct. At which score in a set of championship tennis does the tie-break come into operation? Judith?
40 love.
No, 6-all. In 1989, who proposed his sixth budget as Chancellor of the Exchequer? Mike?
Nigel Lawson.
Correct. In which city did Nigel Mansell win 1989's first Grand Prix in Liz?
Rio de Janeiro.
Correct. A rheostat varies what in an electrical circuit? Liz?
Current.
No, resistance. French resistance movements were known by the name of which thick Corsican shrubland in which guerrillas hid? Answer is maquis. Maquillage is the art of using what for enhancing appearance? Judith?
Makeup.
Correct. Or cosmetics. In cosmetic surgery, rhinoplasty is an operation upon Liz?
Nose.
Correct. Which Prime Minister was nicknamed Old Nosey and the Iron Duke in the 19th century? The Duke of Wellington. Which country named its capital city, Wellington, after the Duke? Mike?
New Zealand.
Correct. Mark Todd of New Zealand has twice won which Olympic? Liz?
3-day event.
Correct. Who starred in the films 3 Days of the Condor, The Great Gatsby and The Way We Wear? Judith?
Robert Redford.
Correct. In which county are Retford, Mansfield, Paul?
Notts.
Correct. Which couple from Nottingham were the last Britons to win a gold medal? Paul?
Tulval and Dean.
Correct. Which author was Dean of St Patrick's, Dublin, and wrote Journal to Stella and Gulliver's Travels? No need to answer that, it was Jonathan Swift, but at the end of the round, the contest, the winner by 2 points, with a Krypton factor of 42, the chartered accountant from Middlesbrough, Mike Brennan. Well, a great contest, and our warmest congratulations to Mike Brennan on that thrilling victory, and we look forward to seeing him again in the Group C final in 3 weeks' time. We could well see Liz there as well, because that runner-up score of 40 is very high. In the meantime, from all our contestants here, and from me, good night.